Hopefully you guys have gone to ABC multiple times. Multiple times. It's basically during Jag games. It should be a must that you have to go to ABC before and after the Jags game. And as you're listening to the sportsden, because that's who we are brought to you by, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Could be your best friend right now.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go get a little taste, man.
It's gonna take more than a taste to get through this season.
Yeah.
I admit it. I drank the Kool-Aid week 1 and week 2. Admit it. And, I mean, when you do that, I don't know why I allow myself to do that, James, because it's like that fall is further. It's like I just wish I would have stayed in the same state of negativity that I was in a month ago. Zero expectations.
I kind of warned you about that.
Well, you kind of drank it, too.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, I was happy.
Yeah.
But I also told you I'm going to when you said, do I change?
Yeah.
I said,
right.
No, I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah, and because now it's like last week was the letdown, but then I think I speak for a lot of Jag fans where it was like, okay, they're going to come back, right?
Because this team is awful.
Right. Well, no, we didn't know what the Jags were. It's like you can't play those first 2 games like that and then lay an egg and just think, well, we stink. Well, guess what? We stink.
You can live vicariously through past players.
I don't even want to talk about them right now, especially the one you want to talk about, because I literally can't stand the guy anymore.
I believe it. But did you see the fight?
I hope he got the
He didn't.
Tate
can't fight. Tate, he was whooping Tate's
ass. He deserves
ass.
To get this.
He was whooping Tate's ass the entire game. I showed RJ.
I just said I don't want to talk about this because here's what's going to happen. Is I'm going to get fired up about this because he needs to. He is a punk.
Okay.
Jalen is the very definition of a punk. He makes one big hit.
He did like 3.
And then he can't. But he can't just make the big hit. He's got to add some to the end. He is an absolute punk. Like, I used to be a Jalen guy, and not even when he left, but now I don't wish bad things for him, but he's, you know who he is for me? He's a VAR ball to me.
Oh, okay.
He's dead to me.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But you got to respect LeVar's success. 2 out of 3 Suns at a lottery picks is pretty damn good. But I get what you're saying. LeVar could do it a little more silently.
Right. I just, yeah. Anyway, back to the Jags. I mean, I don't want to get on here and just state the obvious for 2 hours. And the obvious is they stink. And this defense may be the worst defense in the history of Jaguar football. And we were talking about right before we went on air, like literally, like they have 0 chance of catching COVID from the other team because they don't get close enough.
But you want to know what's wild, though, with that statement that you're making? Is that there's some pieces that are like really legit, like things to be really happy about. Like Miles Jack is really good now. I think my guy.
Agree, yeah.
It was man, I forgot his name. Writes for Sports Illustrated for the Jaguars. Can't think of his name right now.
Demetrius?
No. Yeah, my man Ship.
Okay.
Might have went a little bit overboard when he said he's the best linebacker in the NFL, but like,
oh, I thought you meant on the team. I was like, well, that's arguable, but in the NFL?
Yeah, he said yeah. I'm like, oh, he's just playing really well. Like, let's just not.
He's in the right place.
Yeah. Let's just not go.
Now he's hurt, but
yeah. And then that's really what it comes down to, and that leads me to where, like, how my true feelings just continue to bubble back up. I am starting to, with a passion, hate all people with the last name Caldwell. Not just some.
All like it's leaking down.
Yeah, like how sometimes somebody has a really bad experience, with one type of person, and all of a sudden they're turned off with everybody.
Maybe you go to a restaurant, you order one thing that's nasty, and now the whole restaurant.
You can't go back.
Yeah,
like that's just how I'm starting to feel with Dave. Like, because regardless of that person, he didn't even play last year, so we're gonna take him out of the equation. Not talk about.
Ooh.
Anyway, we're not going to talk about it. But when I think about, we could have kept Calais.
Oh.
We could have kept somebody. And you add the pieces that you have right now on defense. Just imagine this the one person really who was the major upgrade, Sherbert. Because I give Sherbert.
Because they upgraded 2 positions.
Yeah, I give Sherbert like at least 47.5% of the credit for Miles Jack.
Correct. Yep.
If
Correct.
we just put a Sherbert out there,
Mm-hmm.
this defense is good. Now the offense wasn't any good last year, but now you add Gruden, who has his flaws, but is at least kind of competent, and you see it. You can see the offense, like a offensive strategy for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, man, what could be? And that's the problem, man. One of the worst things in sports for a coach to say to you is that you have potential.
Especially when you're in the NFL.
Yeah. Potential.
Like, and Pop Warner's not bad.
Yeah. The potential just means you ain't did ish.
Mm.
And that's really what it feels like. It feels like we're on just the bad news Jags.
But let me ask you something about Caldwell, because I agree, and I tweeted this out. Like, I'm with you. I'm not to the point where I hate everybody who's got the last name Caldwell.
And there's no disrespect to you, Caldwell's. It's his fault.
But I probably wouldn't hire one.
Yeah.
To your point, just in case they are somehow related altogether. What if it's not? What if it's their bigger picture is it doesn't matter if it's Caldwell or not? That it's more the cons. Because I mean, you can't ignore the fact that they're not very good owners of professional sports teams.
Right, 1-7
all the way around. Since they've been here, they've had the 1 year, which now is beginning to look more and more like an accident than anything else. And we keep talking about these guys that didn't want to be here, whether it's Fowler or Jalen or Ngakoue. I think Campbell was more. They just
they just figured that he's older and it's
right.
time to
Yeah, but all those guys, they never really gave us a reason they didn't want to be here.
One basically, yeah, you're right. Nobody ever just came out and said what needed to be said. Which, to your credit, you always said that would help us a lot more.
Right, but I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you've got this job, this cush job, and your boss is telling you this is the way you're going to operate, you're probably going to go within those parameters. I'm starting to actually really worry about this. I'm really starting to worry that this is a much bigger problem than Dave Caldwell or Doug Marrone or any of them. Those guys can be replaced. Once you go above that, they can't be replaced. And the futility is so bad now here in Jacksonville that we've all been screaming for the past 2 years, you got to blow this thing up.
Well, it's blown up, basically.
Well, they haven't. It's still the same dude calling the shots.
Yeah, but
they fired Coughlin and blamed everything on him.
Right.
Nothing's changed.
Right. But there's enough young pieces here that it's not systemic. Now, you could mess around and
not re-sign them.
Well, not just that, but you could. They do that often. You could mess around and have guys think that this is how you're supposed to conduct yourself as a professional, and that could mess you up for a while too. But DJ, I like DJ. I like DJ Chark.
Oh, I thought you meant Hayden.
No.
I was like, man, what are you smoking before you got in?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay,
yeah. Again,
no, DJ Chark's the real deal.
I like the offensive pieces, the young pieces. I like Robinson. I'm going to say this, and I want people to make sure they understand why I'm saying this. It's the same reason I said Leonard Fournette won't last past his first contract. It's because he runs so hard and he runs into people. They're going to run this man to death.
Do you not think he's got a little more wiggle though? He doesn't seem to take the.
He has better vision, but he doesn't He does that AFOC thing, accelerate feet on contact. He every time he's looking for that contact at the end of the run.
Is that what you see?
Yeah.
Okay, because I trust what you see. I kind of see he's
the difference between him and Fournette. I'll take that second level hit.
Right.
What I don't want to run full speed into a wall over and over. Basically, Lenny is a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit, then break.
Right.
If I can truck the linebacker 5 yards down the field, I mean that's different. A group game tackle with some DBs ain't the same as hitting the 275-pound D line.
Got 15 times a game.
Yeah.
I think James Robinson is a superstar in the making. If he was on a team that could run the ball 25 times a game because they weren't behind, he would be a Pro Bowl caliber player from what he's shown we always see this every year. Some late round or undrafted running
Guy
back
comes in and does it all.
hits. Jacksonville may have found that guy. DJ Chark is a superstar. Laviska Shenault is going to be a superstar.
He's got that issue though that happens with those twitchy
Yep.
guys. Now he's got his hamstring, kind of similar but different. He had the ab injury at Colorado. Now he's got this. These are the things that nag, and there's only one way to get rid of it. It's the rest. And you can't do that right now.
And then you've got, the big question obviously is Gardner, which we're going to get to later. But my point being, like when I was in here, when I was coming in, I heard Hacker and Leon on fifth quarter talking about, was last year's team better than this year's team? Like, I don't even care. I feel a million times better about this year's team. Last year's team felt like we're 5-10 years away. Like, are we ever going to get there? To your point, James, there are enough pieces on this year's team to where you could see in 2 years this being a playoff caliber team.
I also think you can enjoy it more because we have always, as a show, taken a perspective of realism. It's not always popular. We were wrong once. It was the best of time.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the times, it's very simple. You either have players and coaching or you don't, or you have a GOAT like Bill Belichick. But very few people can take pieces that nobody else wants and carve them into a playoff caliber team. It just doesn't happen consistently.
Right.
So when you look at how young this team is, what they actually did, like the amount of veteran presence that they got rid of, there's no way you could come in and expect this to be a playoff team. Doesn't mean they don't fight to be a playoff team. It just means that my expectations were real. Now, when we won that first game, felt great because I expected us to get blown out. The second game, I went off of the first game. Still a good, enjoyable game. All right, now I notice we don't do this defense thing very well. And it makes sense. Like I came in here and I was joking with Hacker. I was like, what do you expect the defense to look like when you got rid of 4 Pro Bowlers and you have a bunch of first and second year guys who have never worked with each other before in the secondary?
Yeah.
And you've got Taven Bryan. You mix him in there, that just makes it even worse.
He had 2 tackles today.
He did. He made a stack on him. Okay, yeah. I was listening.
Yeah.
And I didn't see. I didn't even drink today.
Yeah, I looked it up. I don't remember them. I just looked it up towards the end of the game. Like I hadn't heard Taven's name. Let me see. And it said 2 tackles, 1 solo.
But you got a running back who you would tell your kids, who I would tell younger running backs to run like. You got a quarterback who gives you some excitement, whether that's your job. If he's fundamentally sound or doing the right reads, I'd have to go back and watch it. I can't tell you from first glance. And you've got an offensive line who, for the most part, is, again, I had no expectations for them. They're playing well better. And was it Linder that wasn't there today?
Yeah.
So considering that too, the guys.
Do you want to know my biggest concern though? Like the one thing that worries me more than anything else right now.
That they're the kids that once you start giving them praise,
no,
they do the opposite.
No, I should rephrase that. The one person that worries me is Josh Allen. Because, I think we were all unanimous in saying that Josh Allen's the best player on this football team coming into this year. And if you're the best player on the NFL football team, I don't care if they're double teaming you. J.J. Watt got double teamed for years. Michael Strahan got double teamed for years. Like, you're going to get double teamed. I don't care if there's slide protection to you. I don't care. You've got to flash at some point. At some point, you've got to be that dude. And we haven't seen anything from Josh Allen.
You replaced a cat who's getting paid, who's going to get paid good, no matter what we feel he should or shouldn't. Minnesota invested, so we know it's going to happen. And you have not honored the fact that somebody made a career move. Like you might, other factors happen to it, but I would call you in if I was your defensive ends coach. I was like, if you keep playing like this, you're going to get me fired. And I'm not gonna ever get his name right until he makes plays that aren't accidents.
Kayvon Chason.
Yeah, like he's not
missing.
He's not helping either.
Is he on the field?
He is why I said what I said. Like, why do you draft a project at that point. He hadn't, but I also tell people again, I expected this to happen, not because I'm Nostradamus or anything. It's because the man had 9 career sacks. Like career sacks. Not 9 sacks in a season, 9 career sacks.
Well, I mean, I just know this. If Josh Allen isn't what we all thought Josh Allen is, that's going to set them way back.
I think Josh Allen is.
I hope so.
I just think it's difficult when one year you were getting one-on-one matchups and you had a vet that can help walk you through some of this stuff. Like, somebody that you can actually lean on that's going to give you some advice on how to get out of it. There ain't no Calais here. Ain't no Jan. You know who he's got to lean to get advice from, pass rushing advice from? Taven.
No,
You know how terrifying that is?
Yeah, it's like, here's the thing. I'm going to play devil's advocate with you because I was with you week 1 and week 2. We've gone through 4 weeks, bro. He's got 1 sack.
Right. And that sack was a Jesus loves me sack.
Right. He's got 1 sack. I don't think he has that many pressures. He had 1 game where it felt like he was getting close.
And,
he's got a coach that he can lean on. Like, he's got guys that he – like, that, the leaning on – now's not the time, man. Go in there, watch film with your coach. Figure this thing out. Because I guess what's happening, I don't know, I'm not a D-line guy, but he's such a freak athletically that I guess he's trying to think his way through it and slowing him down. I'm assuming. Like, bump it. Just go. You can't be any worse right now. Like, if you've got to blitz his inside gap to keep him outside, which is my next segment, Todd Wash, we're going to talk about this thing that you're allowed to do, which is blitz effectively. Like, if you've got to blitz his inside gap to get him outside, then damn it, do it. Like, I mean,
are you suggesting that a coach should do what he has to do to get his best player in better position?
Exactly. It's like, I need to know who Josh Allen is. Maybe I'm being greedy. I just need to know. Everybody else, like even Gardner, we're going to get to that. Even Gardner, like I got an idea who Gardner is. And I can make an argument of how you can build a team around Gardner. I can't make that argument for Josh Allen right now, and he was the guy coming in.
Get him in. Oh, well, yeah. And that should have, again, it's not Josh's fault. It's the coach for putting them in a terrible position's fault. Not the coach, but the.
If you're a dog, man, you're a dog.
Without a doubt. No, you're right. You're right.
I mean, when you start talking about the best pass rushers in the league, they all get double teamed. They all get chipped. They all get blindsided. You know what they do? 18 sacks. They make plays.
We all know who Aaron Donald is.
Right.
And what Aaron possesses, and he still gets his.
Let's take our first break. When we get back, I want to get on Todd Wash. We got to talk about this. As a family, we got to discuss Todd Wash. We either got to let the hatred go and just accept it, or we got to get the man fired. It's one of the two. We'll talk about which one it is when we get back.
Experience the freedom of the great outdoors.
Let's go to the woods, y'all.
On the Nimnik Buick GMC Outdoor Show. Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Favor, and Captain Kirk Walls.
You're going to be happy, happy, happy.
Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. Get over there if you've got any type of injury. I'm talking foot or knee or shoulder or back or anything like that, or maybe you need pain management or chiropractic medicine or even physical therapy. They do it. And here's the great thing. They've got locations all over town, so there'll be one right there by you. The best of the best doctors around, right in your neighborhood. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. You can go to se-ortho.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
Firefighters, paramedics, police officers. They take care of us, and at AMCO, we're proud to take care of them. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. As an essential business, we work on every kind of car repair with flexible financing and extra safety precautions. Essential, reliable, trusted. That's the men and women who are there for us, and it's our honor to be there for them. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia. Amco Transmissions and Total Car Care.
Sometimes you don't realize how much something's bothering you until it's gone, and you breathe a big sigh of relief. That's exactly how you're going to feel after the team at 1-800-GOT-JUNK works their magic at your house. They just make you feel happier in your home, cleaner, stronger, more relaxed, like you just stepped out of a nice hot shower. Make your home a happy home by calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. They make the junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Seriously, imagine how much better you'll feel when all that junk is gone. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com. They make junk disappear.
Starting route. Your destination is 0.1 miles away.
If you drive
In
less than
500 feet, turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
if you drive less than 25 miles a day, you could be paying less every day with pay-per-mile car insurance from Allstate. You get the same reliable coverage and hands-on expertise you'd expect from Allstate, but now at a price that's tailored to the miles you drive.
Call your local Allstate agent and start paying what's right for you. Pricing varies based on how you buy, driving behaviors, and includes a daily rate. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Not applicable in California. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and its affiliates.
It's the 5th annual Beaches Boys and Girls Club Golf Tournament, Monday, November 2nd at Atlantic Beach Country Club. This tournament sells out each year and is among the most fun to play. It supports the great work of the Beaches Boys and Girls Club, where 95% of club members are promoted to the next grade level. Go to bgcnf.org for sponsorship and group times. Can't golf? Buy a ticket to Wednesday pre-tournament barbecue at ABBQ. All proceeds benefit the kids.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. It is 2020, and we've had any number of murders and shootings. We're well on the way to being the murder capital of Florida per capita population again. How can we stop it? Glad you asked. When the men stop murmuring and complaining, get up off the couch watching sports, drinking and belching, and say enough is enough, I can't take anymore, I'm going to join forces with Mad Dads, and we take our city back from murder and violence. Murder and violence has no color, it has no demographic location, it is all over the city. We've got to galvanize together and take our city back. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. Mad Dad's the force behind the change. For more information about Mad Dads, go to Mad Dads Jacksonville chapter Facebook or maddadsjacksonville.com.
Up in the morning with the rising sun, back to our dock before the day is done. Boats and trucks and airplanes too, bringing seafood from the world to you. Fresh from us to your family, come be a part of our legacy. Fisherman's Dock, where seafood lovers shop. Fisherman's Dock, the ultimate seafood shop.
Looking to upgrade your old wardrobe? Let Mariano's Custom Tailor on Beach Boulevard custom make suits and shirts for you. We also do alterations. Come to our store or we'll come to you. Mariano's Custom Tailor, the local expert at making you look great.
Maybe you've noticed your friends sharing photos of what looks like fried food, but they're bragging about how healthy they are. They're right. It's the latest in cooking innovation, and Lowe's has Samsung slide-in ranges with air fry to help you get in on the trend. Air fry uses little to no oil, giving you the taste of your favorite fried foods. Plus, the air fry tray is included, so you can start cooking from the get-go. Order yours today via our app, online, or in-store, and get free delivery. Bring home innovation this fall with Lowe's. Free local delivery applies to appliances $396 or more, U.S. only.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
There was a scene in Remember the Titans where the two coaches are talking to the players, and I don't remember which coach it was talking about we're going to blitz them all night long, and if they get a yard, pulling you out the game. You remember that scene? We need them to come talk to Todd Wash. Because like the point of football is I understand you can score on defense, but 99% of the time the score is by the offense, right?
Right.
So the point of the game is pretty simple. You want to keep them from scoring and get the ball. And if you can't keep them from scoring, then you want to get the ball and score. Right? Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
What you don't want to do is have them back. They're at a backyard barbecue football game on a 7 Mississippi with your uncle back there just dealing to people running open because the DB. I can't even put it on the DBs anymore. I refuse to. There's not a DB, Deion Sanders, anybody that can cover somebody for 6 seconds.
Right. That's why I find it funny when people say, the quarterback needs more time when he's got like 4 seconds. Like, no, you're supposed to have the ball, get rid of the ball by then.
So I don't care if we give up 8 go balls a game. Todd Wash, listen, stop, man. I don't care if you got to blitz 7. Every stinking play. Blitz them. It's old. You've done this now for years. You got rid of your best pass rusher. You don't have a good pass rusher. You can't tell me that you went into today's game going in the coaches meeting saying, Doug, we're going to get pressure today with Taven. We all know you're not that crazy.
To his defense, he probably did this week. So they've given up 14 sacks, 8 sacks in the last game. He probably figured we might not be 8 sacks good, but we could get 4.
I don't care if they're playing name your high school team. I'm not sure they get home on them right now.
Jeez.
Send stinking pressure. And I'm not talking about like once this series where you get anxiety of, watch this, Doug. He's pulling on. Watch this. We're going to send pressure. No, every freaking time. Every down. And yes, I know NFL quarterbacks, I train quarterbacks. We teach them to pick apart blitzes. I've got it. But you know what they're more comfortable with? Sitting back there all stinking day.
Yeah, you got to make them uncomfortable, especially a rookie.
It's the lesser of two evils is where we're at now. And the lesser of two evils is very simple. Get them uncomfortable, get them off their spot, hit them a couple times, make them have to make a throw to beat you. Not scan the field and see somebody pop wide ass open after 4.5 seconds.
Do you give Todd Wash, I'm not trying to defend him in any way, but do you give Todd any cushion because he doesn't have veteran / talented players on his defense?
No, because we were talking about the same stuff when he had the best D-line in this.
This is why. Because 1, none of the good players liked his defense. They all complained about it. 2, you know what Todrick said earlier this year? It's got to be a Todrick. He can't be like
Todrick. I've never met anybody named Todrick. Go ahead.
Tadius said, I got the refreshing words stuck in my head from stupid press conferences from my alma mater, but he said it, but it's something to that effect. It feels good to coach guys who listen and do what they're supposed to do. Like basically saying, and it was known, and if you watched it, Jalen freestyle. They're in cover 3. If Jalen felt like running man, he's running man. Just going to do what he wants to do. But you got guys who are listening to you and believe that you're a coach because these are young guys. They're college guys. Like you're still naive, right? When you come, like, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to play long enough to know that at a certain point, veterans are like, I might know more than you. What you say is a suggestion.
Right.
But like when you fresh out of college, you're going to like, you're still
assuming you've got the best coaching that there is.
That, and for 8 years, for 7 to 8 years, at least minimum, the person you're used to dealing with the adult. Mm-hmm. They tell you what to do. You do what you do to the best of your ability. Good stuff happens until you realize that this guy's an idiot. So right now, these guys are actually doing, I believe they're doing everything that they're coached to do. And they're getting coached to get their ass whipped, which is has to be incredibly draining and defeating feeling.
So what you're saying, at some point they're just going to stop listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been stopped after the first time because Todd has their checks are good too. So it's a little bit different, but Todd's older.
He's 52.
He doesn't have the social medias like that. He doesn't know what the cool kids are saying. These guys, friends, are very avid texters, and they'll Kindle browse it, emoji you to death, and you know what the calligraphy emojis mean. So when they come back, Fabio, what was Fabio's name? What's Fabio's name?
Fabio?
The
Andrew Wingard.
Wingard. Wingate. He's over here getting destroyed by his friends with smiley face, laughter, cry, dog,
puke,
poop,
right?
The emojis, and that's all he's getting.
I mean, he's close to getting the eggplant emoji, like
right. So these guys are tired of getting getting emoji to death, and Todd's over here thinking everything's cool. Like he's gonna line up, and one, he's gonna blame these guys because at the end of the day, they are the players. They didn't effectively execute, but they're going to know that, dude, you put us in a terrible situation.
We've been doing what you've been saying for the past 4 games, and none of us have even sniffed a sack. Every week, we are making running backs and quarterbacks richer.
You're like, Coach, that doesn't look anything like what we practice all week.
That doesn't look anything like what we're watching on TV, the other 31 teams, when they play. Do you know Todd Wash's coaching background?
No. Who's his tree?
He was a defensive quality control coach for the Bucks in 2007. So that was his. So would that be?
So he started 13 years ago?
No, he was head coach at Fort Lewis. I guess that's a college. Yes, in '96. Then he went to Nebraska Kearney as a DC. North Dakota State as a defensive line coach, Missouri Southern State as a DC, North Dakota State as a D-line coach, then a quality control coach for the Bucks, then D-line coach 08 to 10. Then he was a D-line coach in 2011, 2012 with the Seahawks.
He's a D-line specialty?
Yes. And now he's been with the Jags as he was the defensive line coach and running game coordinator during those glory years of 2013, 14, and 15. And then he somehow got a promotion to be the coordinator in 2016 and is stuck. Like, I didn't know anything about Todd Wash. I just went to his Wikipedia page. I assumed that he had this amazing resume, and that's why they were keeping him. Nah, man. You don't. You don't, and I don't understand this. I mean, if you look back at it, if we go to 2013, 14, and 15, the Jags weren't any good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that Gus?
Mm-hmm.
So he was with Gus,
Mm.
and somehow he ended up as the DC?
Linemen got to stick together. Was he sitting in on the meetings too for the DC?
I got to look at something. I'm sorry. I got to look this up. Let's see. 2013.
Does he get a COVID pass? Or is it just because he's been trashed for so long?
So he was the D-line. Oh, make sure I get this right. The D-line coach and running game coordinator for teams that went 4-12, 3-13, 5-11.
I mean,
then hold on. Then he's named the defensive coordinator, and they go 3-13.
But then
they have the 10-6.
Yep.
And then they go 5-11, 6-10, and now they're 1-3. This place is unbelievable, bro. Like, you've got a general manager who is good and sucked for the past decade. You've got a head coach who is here with smiley faces, Capri Suns, and orange slices, Gus Bradley.
At least it was positive then.
And you've got a D coordinator who's been here that whole time too. How do you get fired? Can we please, if you got to steal it, fine.
With the old man
bring us the employee manual from the Jags.
With the old man that broke literally every rule in the NFLPA.
I don't.
He was
I need to see the employee manual to see how you get fired at TIAA Bankfield. Because it's not performance based. Unbelievable. By the way, if you're feeling like you may have COVID, get to Quick draw rapid testing.
I said that was a hell of a segue.
I forgot to do it early, man. My bad.
Oh,
We got to pay the bills.
Facts.
Quick draw rapid testing. Go to quickdrawrapidtesting.com. QUIK. Quickdrawrapidtesting.com. You may get together with a bunch of people, drank today, watch the game. You may wake up in a couple days, be like, yeah. John that I was with tested positive. I need to go get it checked out. Get by there, St. John's Bluff.
Hey, I'm not gonna put him out, but hey, it's a lot of stuff going on. We want to continue to keep football going. So make sure you stay. If you just in case you don't have it, which is cool, make sure you stay not having it by getting that 8-hour hand sanitizer.
Yeah, good call.
That's important.
From Quick Draw Rapid Testing. Yes. Make sure you do
I'd
that.
squirt it a little bit more often than 8 hours, but just in case.
Right.
You know it lasts that long.
What is there an answer like for this defense, or are we just gonna suck all year?
The answer is for guys to look in the freaking mirror and realize that you're grown ass men. You're paid to play a game to impose your will on another man. Do that. It's really simple. Like, don't forget the X's and O's for a second. Like, they don't need that. It doesn't matter how smart you are and how well you can coach, because it's not getting through to them. It's not penetrating on a molecular or a cellular level. You need to go in there and challenge their manhood.
Well, I'm interested in something you just said. So give me a player. What you said they need to look in the mirror.
There's
what
only
do they
one,
tell themselves?
Like
exactly. Like if you're a defensive
like
player,
Josh Allen should go in and say like, "Hey man, if
I'm Josh Allen, I'm just
sophomore jinx is not real." You know how those fake motivational metaphysics people like go buy the book The Secret, that BS, and go listen to that or some like visualize. Clavon, you're in that Louisiana area, no?
So listen to Ed Orgeron?
No. Go see a voodoo priestess or something like that. Go get yourself back together.
Well, you got Taven on Tony Robbins.
Now Taven, it's only one person who can motivate Taven.
All right.
Listen, Taven. What I need you to do is I need you to just run up all the way up to the top of that stadium. And when you get up there, after you gather a nice glistening sweat, I need you to just jump. Don't even come back.
Oh, geez.
Don't even come
Whoa,
back. That's the best thing that you can do for us, because what it will do is it will decrease the murder rate in the city, because it's getting out of hand. It's got to stop. Fans are in the stands trying to figure out why they just paid all this money to come see these jokers play a game that they ain't any good at. When they look like all the guys who are sitting on the couch drinking and belching and not helping the community. What I'm saying is I need 13 individuals to come down to Jaguar Stadium and help us get these people back. If you want to help, hit me up on Facebook and tell me what you think. Mad Dads, the voice behind the chain.
That's the only thing that I can think he can
What
do.
is the music he was just playing?
I don't know.
Play that again?
That was Anderson .Paak.
Anderson, what?
Play it again?
Anderson.
What is an Anderson .Paak? Does that sound like what Mad Dad? Have you heard of Mad Dad's commercial?
I was trying something different. I'm sorry.
This doesn't say Mad Dad.
Do you listen to our show that you produce? Do you listen to 10 XL?
You've got this sounds like Mad Dads is making an adult educational film.
Really?
Dog, you messed up the whole bit.
I did not mess up the. Oh God!
You could have just kept it musicless.
Okay, I need to look
Mad Dads plays like it's random too, but they play like the smooth jazz music. They do not play Anderson Silva.
I will look
whatever this mess was that you were playing.
I will look myself in the mirror. I just wanted to give you guys
you're
this.
the Taven Bryan of producers right now. You got one job. It's a recurring bit for like 4 years.
I don't have the music JJ has. So I tried something new.
They play it 5 times a show on our show. They don't play it during the day.
They don't play
only
it 5 times
during
a
our
show.
show.
I may play it 2 times a show to try to buy you guys, like. Anyway, all I wanted to say was we talked about this on Thursday. Speaking of 2 guys, since you guys want to talk about looking yourself in the mirror, me being the 3rd guy. But Todd Wash did say Watching film of Thursday Night Football versus Miami was an eye-opener for C.J. Henderson and Trey Herndon. Says that he thinks you will see a different Henderson this week in terms of being able to get his hands on the wide receiver at the line of scrimmage.
Eye-opener from the fact that they had to go, you know what, we got to condition more because these jokers got us in coverage for 7 seconds. Because you, Mr. D coordinator, won't dial up any freaking pressure. That was the eye-opener.
If it were me, like, at least be funny. Like, come out there and say, you guys suck. It's an eye-opener. You're trying to get me fired. Are you trying to get you fired, or are you trying to get me fired? Because I need to know so I can coach accordingly.
What do you think Todd Wash makes?
It's got to make $750.
Oh, yeah.
Easy $1 million. I don't know how much because they don't really broadcast the NFL coaching salary.
I mean, I'm assuming they make as much as college coordinators, if not more.
Got to make more, right?
Right.
Because
See,
they work
I bet
harder,
he's making,
but they don't have to recruit.
He's got to be making it over $1 million.
You think? Yeah, I can see. I can see $1 million. Yeah.
I would think. I don't know. Let's take a break. When we come back, I do want to get into Gardner a little bit. Let's talk about Gardner Minshew, kind of where we stand at the quarterback position, since it does look like we're going to be picking really high in the draft. And we will be talking draft soon. We'll get into that coming up next.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
as soon as possible
at 641-1010.
The second 9 weeks is gearing up, and what I'm doing for the city of Jacksonville is another book bag giveaway like I did in Tallahassee. Go to jamescolemangivesback.com. That's jamescolemangivesback.com to register your student for a book bag for kindergarten through 5th grade. It's elementary school age kids. We're doing it at Twin Lakes Elementary School's drive-through. You get a book bag, and we're also feeding families with a week's worth of supplies. That's jamescolemangivesback.com, jamescolemangivesback.com. Twin Lakes Elementary School on October 10th.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Whenever I hear of an injured person hiring such and such a lawyer, I wonder, why'd they choose that law firm? Did they see the lawyer on a big billboard, a radio ad, or maybe an advertisement on television or the back of a bus? Maybe they just Googled it and clicked the first name that showed up. And then almost all the time, I worry. I worry if they know what that lawyer is really all about. Do they know when the last time that lawyer tried a personal injury case, or maybe if they ever even did? Does the lawyer have the resources to get the most for the client, or does the lawyer need the money more than the client does? And you'd be surprised to hear how many do. Here's my advice. Do your research. Results matter. Reputation matters. As the largest personal injury firm in America, there's really nothing like us. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all. Offices, Jacksonville.
Jaguars fans, you could win big when you buy a ticket to the Jaguars 50-50 raffle presented by Duval Motor Group. Even if you can't make it on game day, you can buy your tickets from anywhere in the state for both home and away games at jaguars5050.com. As a bonus, tickets are buy one, get one prior to kickoff. One winner takes half the jackpot. The remaining half benefits the Jaguars Foundation's charitable programs. Visit jaguars5050.com today and buy your tickets now.
Fenwick Home Services takes the stress out of fall cooling and heating problems by taking $50 off any system repair. 1 year guarantee included. Fenwick has more techs, more trucks, and more parts in stock to do the job right the first time. They also protect your well-being with face masks, gloves, and the latest CDC guidelines. Pick up the phone now and call 660-0556 or visit FenwickHomeservices.com.
I was on the go. It was time to eat. I said, baby, where my daddy? 'Cause they can't be beat. She got something else when it was time to choose. And after just one night, I got the soggy sandwich blues. Should've known better. All the daddy will do. Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you. Yeah, she done me wrong. Didn't get my dandy. I need my ham and cheese.
That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted.
Should have known better, only then they will do. Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you. Yeah.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. And the neat thing that we've discovered through everything that's been going on, Greg, is that families can get out and have a good time on some of your rides.
You know, it's a great point, Joe. We have seen many families come in, taking advantage of the off-road products. You can get outside, get away from the crowds, and still spend time with your family.
We're talking dirt bikes, ATVs, side-by-sides.
All the above. Anything in dirt, we've got it.
Side-by-sides, check them out right now. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters. Getting outside on the water in the Florida sun may be the best medicine of all. At Black Creek, we specialize in getting you out on the water on kayaks and paddleboards. Two things we offer: free delivery in the area and 12 months no interest financing. Call us up at 904-645-7003 and we can get your new kayak or paddleboard out to you today so you can get on the water tomorrow. Black Creek Outfitters, locally owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as a Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest rock accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the fourth-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to rolling lot bed covers, to trailer hitches, and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality counts at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
The single rudest and meanest thing you've ever said to anybody.
I'm sure I've said a lot worse. You mean on our show? Actually, I'm sure I said a lot worse on our show.
I mean,
I'm probably giving somebody on the text.
You literally just called a nice young man the Taven Bryan of producing.
Maybe that was me a year ago, James. I feel like I've gotten at least to special teams. Now I'm playing.
Chill out, because that's exactly what people say about Taven.
No, Taven
That's not
plays.
good.
Don't show in the stats.
Like, people are like, Taven's improving. Like, there was a person
Who's
that told
saying
me
that though?
There was a person that told
I did
me
the first game.
There's a person that told me, watch the film, James. Taven, I'm like, but the craziest, I was like, what film? Like, what film would you like me to watch? I would love to watch the film. But nah, you're better than Taven. You're at least Avery. Avery's better than Taven. That's clear. We do know that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It is the Sports Den coming to you from the Quick Draw Rapid Testing Studios. Gardner. In a perfect world, and before I even say this, like I already feel like I hate to even say it because of who our front office is. They can't be trusted with all these draft picks.
Right.
But I'm going to say it anyway. In a perfect world, you don't have to use your high draft pick on a quarterback. You can go and build a team that's great everywhere, and that quarterback that you've got works. That's what we're looking for out of Gardner, right? We want a guy that can be a long-term franchise quarterback that when you put the pieces around him turns into, a playoff caliber type of guy. I don't think Gardner has been bad by any stretch of the imagination. I think Gardner is in the process of finding out what he actually is in this league right now as well. I think he's I think there's some things that he's learning about the game right now that when he comes out the other side, we're going to know who and what Gardner Minshew is.
Do you think, and this is just a question because you are a quarterback guy, but both of you guys knowing football a lot more than me, I just have this question here. Do you feel it's unfair for a guy like Gardner Minshew going into year 2 that basically he's looking over his shoulder because it seems like the consensus is, well, if he doesn't win, we're just going to go and get Trevor.
No, I don't think that's unfair. Yeah, I don't think that's unfair at all. In fact, I don't even think, and I can pretty much say this with certainty. I bet you Gardner hadn't even thought about that. Like, you don't get to that level if you're thinking about who's up next.
Like, it's always who's up next.
Right.
The NFL stands, except for Jack's coaches, it stands for not for long. Like, you come in, and every year they're drafting to get better. So if your replacement's there, they're going to try to get you. Now, there's certain things that you can't get around with the politics of it, mainly the contract deals. Like, so if somebody has a lot more money invested, they're going to give them every excuse to fail. But I think
he's not doing
if Gardner actually right now, it's not looking over your shoulder. It's understanding that you have 16 games to build, to give them reasons to continue to build with you. So why would you look over your shoulder when you should just be able to perform to the highest of your ability? I think he actually has a built-in advantage. It's easier for him to show, like, because that's what I'm already thinking about. Anybody who's thinking about building, it's not a one-person problem to fix the Jags. So if I can show them enough to where, okay, if we go get the wide receiver from Alabama to mix with DJ Chark and Laviska Shenault, we're good. If we go get a real tight end, not one that gets hurt every other day, like we go get Pitts or Jordan from Miami, then that's where we're at. If we go find a defensive tackle, if we go find another corner, we go get Sean Wade from Ohio State. That's how close we are. So I think if Gardner just craps the bed because he's worried about it, he was never meant to be the quarterback anyway. He doesn't have the mental capacity to be able to lead a franchise to a winning. But I don't think that's him.
I don't think confidence. I don't think any of that's his issue. Like when I watch Gardner play, the thing about, like, if you go and you look statistically, he had 27 of 40 for 351 today, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like, statistics are not the issue. The issue at this point is literally wins and losses. It's what it is. And to your point, they've got weapons around Gardner right now. James Robinson is a weapon. Chris Thompson hasn't been really utilized, but he's a weapon. But they've got to play football where they can utilize those weapons. They can't keep falling behind. Defense has got to get off the field. Like, it's got to happen like that. So I don't know that you can really put a fair grade on Gardner Minshew when he's either always playing from behind or he's on the sideline for 8 minutes while the defense is getting throttled and run through all the way down the field. 8 minutes of game time, which is 20 minutes of real time. Like, I would grade Gardner at a solid grade thus far. Outside of the Thursday night game, I would give him C+, B-. And there's a couple plays that keep him from being higher, like the miss to Conley on the Thursday night game. There's a couple of pocket movements here and there. There's a couple things like that just stick out to me. But outside of that, he's not the issue.
But I even think the miss to Conley was, it wasn't a great throw. But if it's the one I'm remembering, like, Conley could make an adjustment to be able to get it. Like, sometimes you need guys. I don't know if I'm trying to remember. I know there was one.
It was a pump fake, and Conley there wasn't anybody within 15 yards, and Gardner overthrew him.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. So I'm thinking, like, you're fast. And I know I'm asking you a lot, but there's sometimes when wide receivers make quarterbacks look better. And that grows. That grows the confidence in everybody. But I can't say, I would say B- more than I would say C+. I know this for a fact. It's not Gardner's fault.
Right.
So that's why I would, like.
But is it even like the goal is to win a Super Bowl, right?
Right.
For everybody.
I think it's plausible to win a Super. No. I don't think it's plausible for Jacksonville to win the Super Bowl in general. But if all things being equal and we were building something, I think Gardner gives you just as much of a chance as anybody else, unless you're bringing Trevor in with the right pieces.
Well, I'm gonna make a statement here that is gonna get back to Gardner, and he's not gonna be happy about this, but oh well. Quarterbacks who we give a grade of a B- to when they're 1-3 don't win Super Bowls. The guys that win Super Bowls, has been proven, are dudes that when they lose a football game, you're floored, you're shocked, you're oh my gosh.
Right. Yeah, but I guess the only person that I can compare him to with recent recent history, because he's definitely not Tom Terrific.
Mm-hmm.
Is what they do in Seattle.
What was Russell's first couple years?
They went 7-9.
Okay,
but they were really all right. So
was that Marshawn's beast mode year?
I thought it was the next year because they won his year 3, right?
Let me look it up. I don't know.
I know when he did the first, when he jumped into the end zone, grabbed his crotch, which is awesome. But it's bigger. So how Pete picked the team was they did a great job, kind of similar to what Carl was done in the draft, but they did a good job of identifying young talent that fit a system very well. And then from there, they built around and Russell wasn't the original quarterback.
Here's his record his first 5 years. 11-5, 13-3, 12-4, 10-6, 10-5.
They weren't he wasn't there the 7-9 year when he took over the year he got drafted.
11-5.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was 2012 was his first year. His worst year as a pro was 9-7 and 17, which also happened to be a 34 touchdown, 11 pick year.
Right. I'm not okay. Wow, I was wrong. I thought, but I'm not even going there to say Russell isn't.
No, I got you.
What I'm saying is Pete Carroll built that team around a great defense and a solid running game. And then Russell also had the number 1 wide receiver for a little bit, and the tight the tight end was that where Jimmy Graham started, or did Jimmy
initially? Yeah.
So there were some things that we can go now. When it first started, people were like, I don't know who these people are. But as they made their run and got better, you're like, oh wow, and then you're noticing, well, this guy was drafted in the 3rd round. This guy was drafted in the 5th round. This guy was drafted here. So they built pieces, but Russell developed to where even when they were going to transition and those guys left to go get big money contracts, Russell was able to keep them there. But he didn't have to do it year 1 or 2.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, year 2 when he won it. He won Super Bowl year 2.
Year 3 should have won it then.
Yeah.
Just
you're right.
Damn ball off.
Yeah. But even if you look at his playoff games, it's interesting. Like the Super Bowl game against Denver, where they just blew him out, he completed 72% of his passes. But outside of that, his first 3 years, his playoff games were not good. There's a 57%, a 50%, a 64, a 48%, a 57%. But his regular seasons were great. And I'm not trying to compare, we're getting off topic. I'm not trying to compare Gardner to Russell Wilson, but if you're looking for sustainability as a franchise, the decision's going to have to be made. Do we give up capital because you're not going to be the number 1 pick? Because I don't know that either of the New York teams are going to win. You realize that the Washington football team is number 1 in the East right now with a 1-3 record. Do you realize that?
That's crazy because Dallas is really bad.
Yeah, I mean that they are the number 1 team with a 1-3 record, so they're not going to have the number 1 pick. So if you want Trevor or Justin, you're going to have to give away other picks to get it. Is the quicker way to build long term that you go and get a generational quarterback when you've got a pretty good one now? Or is it that you put the pieces around him like you were just talking about? And there's probably a question that very few of us can answer. And the thing that really sucks is none of us trust who's in charge there to be able to answer that question either.
Right.
That's the part that'll irritate you if you let it. But I don't think I'll go beyond that. I'll say even further. It's not just that Gardner's not the problem. I would at this point in the season say that I see enough to say that he's part of the solution long term.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do think there's enough there where you can build around LaVisca and DJ Chark and Gardner Minshew and James Robinson. If you get really good up front and you get really good on the defensive line and you do those things and you use this draft capital and all this money that you've got, assuming that they'll spend it to do that, I mean, I do think that's a quicker way to build. I'm not saying to win a Super Bowl, but a quicker way to become a perennial playoff contender. I think there's a big difference in being a playoff contender and a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, but I think right now we'll take one or the other. Actually, I mean, I would take being. But then again, actually, you say that. But think about it. Like, I mean, it's been a while since the Steelers have won one. But hard to say now with Kyle, not with Kyler, but with Pat Mahomes and Lamar. And then, you know, just with the AFC looking like with the young quarterbacks, it's like the man was passing. But with the Steelers and how well they play defense and how well they run the ball with times, with the talent they have at wide receiver, I can see them, because they're consistently a playoff contender, them getting hot and making it to a Super Bowl.
It's fair. I mean, you got to remember San Francisco went last year.
Right.
They didn't have a dominant quarterback. Mm-hmm. I mean, they got beat by the team that did have it, although he didn't play a dominant game. I'm looking at, wow, this is a mock draft from 2 days ago. This can't be.
They got us one?
No. You know they're being taken number 7?
Oh,
Marvin Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvin, must be 2 Marvin Wilsons.
No. But I'm looking down just
Maybe
at the
70,
names.
yeah.
Like the Sewell kid from Oregon.
That's
Penei Sewell, the tackle.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah.
Like, get him.
What would you do with Cam? Just
I
let
don't
him
care.
walk? Okay.
Surtain from Alabama.
Without a doubt.
I mean, get him.
Yeah.
Michael Parsons, linebacker from Penn State. Like Dylan Moses, linebacker from Alabama.
I think I like Moses.
Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Now, I say all that saying, and I will gladly admit, Trevor Lawrence is the best prospect, the best NFL prospect that has come through this whole thing since Andrew Luck. I get that. I'm just trying to figure out how you build a team that's acceptable right now. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they got him, I wouldn't be mad about it. Jamar Chase from Louisiana State. I mean, there's just guys. This is a deep draft, bro. There's just dudes, and you got a bunch of picks. You could build a pretty damn good team if you didn't have to spend all of them trading up to get your quarterback. That's all I'm trying to say. Do we have any 8 o'clocks?
There's got to be something in the game that we firmly dislike.
We got a bunch of stuff on the text line. I'm sure there's a 8 o'clock there. We'll get into it. If you've got a 8 o'clock, hit us up on the Lifetime Enclosures text line, 641-1010. It's the Sports Den on 92.5 FM. We'll be right back.
This is Frank Frangie. Join Dan Hickett and me for All Things Gators, our podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, with new episodes every Monday. Subscribe and listen by searching for 1010XL Florida Gators podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or TuneIn.
Starting route. Your destination is 0.1 miles away.
If you drive
In
less than
500 feet, turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
if you drive less than 25 miles a day, you could be paying less every day with pay-per-mile car insurance from Allstate. You get the same reliable coverage and hands-on expertise you'd expect from Allstate, but now at a price that's tailored to the miles you drive.
Call your local Allstate agent and start paying what's right for you. Pricing varies based on how you buy, driving behaviors, and includes daily rates, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Not applicable in California. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and its affiliates.
Zero Res here. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129. Mention happy birthday, Zero Res, and I will throw in the stairs or the hallway for free.
CEROREC. Zero Res.
What are you looking at?
Well, by not eating out or taking that family vacation this year, we've got some budget left
For that backyard oasis I've been talking about?
Well, we all would enjoy that upgraded space for years to come.
Oh, I see it now. A summer kitchen with a Fire Magic grill, a sink, a fridge.
A nice pergola for shade.
I'll call Construction Solutions and Supply and schedule an appointment for us to visit their showroom.
I'm already online at their website. CSSOutdoor.com.
CSSOutdoor.com.
This is Dr. George Bari inviting you to look online at BariOrthopedics.com for the latest in medical advancements when it comes to getting you back to full joint health. After studying under Dr. James Andrews, I know proper diagnosis is the first key to treatment, and educating the patient is the fastest path to recovery. Whether it's chronic back pain, nagging arthritis, or necessary joint replacement, we're here to serve you in the best possible way. We are Bari Orthopedics and online at BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Has someone in your household recently been diagnosed with COVID-19? East Coast Institute for Research is conducting a COVID-19 prevention clinical study and is now accepting volunteers. You may qualify if you're over 18 years old and live with someone who has recently tested positive. Participants will receive free study-related exams and investigational drug and will be compensated up to $3,250 for time and travel. Call today, 854-1354. That's 854-1354.
Up in the morning with the rising sun, back to our dock before the day is done. Boats and trucks and airplanes too, bringing seafood from the world to you. Fresh from us to your family, come be a part of our legacy. Fishermen stop, where seafood lovers shop. Fishermen stop, the ultimate seafood shop.
Frank Franzi here for Big Chief Tire. Your family's safety is important to the experts at Big Chief Tire. Don't let your vehicle's needs become out of sight and out of mind. Big Chief Tire's trusted team of experienced technicians will provide a free estimate after a vehicle inspection, so you can get back on the road and drive with confidence at a price that suits your budget. Verify your vehicle's safety before you get behind the wheel. Visit any of their 4 convenient Jacksonville locations or schedule an appointment by visiting BigChiefService.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
At 1-to-1 Financial, we're proud to support dozens of the best breweries and restaurants in Jacksonville. And as the hometown credit union, we have one thing to ask. Please invest in Jacksonville, now more than ever. Go on out and enjoy some great local food and beer. We'll make it easy. Head over to Kingmaker Brewing in Riverside, October 2nd to the 4th and October 9th to the 11th for socially distanced Oktoberfest. The beer is awesome, and it's just $12 to get in. Google Kingmaker Brewing or check 1to1fcu.org for details. Man, that Gardner Minshew can throw over mountains, can't he?
Contractors, need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo, 924-0006. Or online at CustomConcreteJacks.com. That's CustomConcreteJacks.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hang out.
It is 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. So much to hate on coming out of this. Probably, you know what? We talk about ABC all the time, but one of the key things to just feeling functional is being hydrated. Right?
Yeah.
We're both like borderline addictive water drinkers. Both drink probably more water than we should. So it just fits that we have a new partnership with a water company. right?
Yeah.
You want
Hydrate yourself. Alcavita, water. Go to alcavita.life. Yeah, that's right. Alcavita.life. You can order it online, or there's different shops around the city, but one that they're really pushing right now is in Regency. It's a store called One Bridge. They're gonna actually have a pop-up shop on the 17th.
Okay.
Where you can come meet the people and try the water out.
From Alcavita?
From Alcavita. I think the water is amazing. So we got to talk about what we're hating on, but I told them straight up, if it sucks,
we don't do it.
I'm not going to do it. You don't have enough money to pay me. I drink a lot of water too, but if it sucks, I'm not going to promote it. So I might talk about you, but it definitely doesn't suck. It's really good.
It's the Popeyes of water.
I'm gonna give them a little bit more than Popeyes.
Oh, because you were hot on Popeyes.
Oh, you mean like the chicken sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's up. It's chicken sandwich up there. It's the chicken sandwich to alkaline water. Which, if you go look into the benefits of alkaline water, it helps with gut health, which is something that a lot of people gotta get. So I'm a big proponent of it. Local company. I mean, locally distributed here. So Alcavita Life. Alcavita.life. Alcavita water. Alkaline water.
You'll be hearing a lot about them here in the coming days, weeks, months, hopefully years with the Sports Den. The score of the New Orleans-Detroit game today was 35-29. Is there anything that sticks out to you about that score?
I know New Orleans was getting the brakes beat off of a 14-0 in the beginning.
That score has never happened before.
35 to what?
29.
Really?
Yeah.
Throughout all the years, no score.
In the NFL, that is the first time 35-29 a game has ended with that. Isn't that wild? There's a Twitter account that literally just keeps up with this that I follow. That every year, every week, they're like, okay, what are the odds we're going to end up with the score? And today, 35-29. It's the 1,057th unique final score in NFL history.
I wonder what other scores haven't happened.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to look into that.
Obviously, 1-2.
Well, it can't be.
Yeah, I'm saying it's impossible. So
right. I would assume that most to two have, like 35-2. I'm sure has never happened. You know what I mean? I would assume that most to two has never happened. 8 o'clock. 382 on the Lifetime Enclosures text line. 8 o'clock. Local media that hypes up every Jags player that shows promise, and in reality, 95% of this roster wouldn't start on any other team.
95%. What's 95%?
Yeah, that's false.
I mean,
I can name you. I can name you several that would start. Yeah.
Is it 53 times 0.95? Nah, there's 50 players.
I mean, there's more than 3 that would start on another team.
Yeah. I guess.
Yes. That's all right. 382. That's all right. I mean, listen. Here's the thing about being in the local media. Like when we go to these practices and stuff, you can only report with what you see. I mean, you can't, like, I was one of the ones that last year you were there. I mean, Nick Foles looked unbelievable in camp.
He made some great throws.
Unbelievable. Gardner Minshew looked terrible in camp.
In camp, Gardner Minshew, you suggested that Gardner Minshew might be throwing with the wrong hand.
Yes, I did.
Like, it's one, what are you supposed to say? We are considered pessimists, even though we're realists for the most part. But I'm not going out there with the intentions to not see improvement. If somebody looks good at that moment, then damn it, they look good at that moment. That's all you can report. You don't know until you see them against others.
Very true.
And to suggest that, even right now, to suggest that James Robinson isn't looking good would be a lie.
Right.
To suggest that C.J. Henderson's first few games, he didn't look like he had promise would be a lie.
DJ Chark, who we said was a glorified gunner. Right. For the first year.
For the first year, was a Pro Bowler his second year. See, that's what good. Actually, they just made me remember what my hate o'clock is.
Oh, okay.
And this is not, they're not telling us, they're not lying. They're not telling a fib. There are people who go around and sing too many praises, but it's more so because they hate the people that left. And they're looking for something to help cope, because Their relationship life, they've never been broken up with by a pretty girl. It happens. I've had my heart broke. Well, not really heart broke, but I've had somebody that was gorgeous that I no longer am with, obviously.
Okay.
You get over it. If you're sitting there looking at who they're with and trying to your life is going to be miserable. But there is a I won't let you sit here and say everybody in the media or even the majority of the media isn't being as fair and reflective as they possibly can. You are choosing to consume what you want, one, and two, you're making it up because because of the people who portray to be media. Everybody with a podcast ain't media. I'm not knocking you the podcast. I'm not telling you don't do the podcast. I'm just saying that there's only a few that aren't in like we joke about it. If my man Dilla say it, then damn it, Dilla said it. And I'm gonna roll with Dilla. Outside of Dilla, ain't nobody else that I'm really Wig is considered media. So outside of them, and they're not pumping sunshine.
Well, I think Wig would agree with this too. Like, if you do something only when you want to, so like if we were able to do a show when only we felt like we had content that needed to have a show done,
right?
Like that's not media. Coming in here every 2 nights when you got nothing to talk about. And you've got to find something to talk about on the Jags, or in Frangie's case, 3 and sometimes 4 hours a day. And you've got to find something to talk about, because if we talk about baseball or basketball or anything like that, all of you wig out. You know what? Sometimes maybe we do promote a player because we got to talk about them.
But what I'm saying too, yeah, but that's even few and far in between. My thing is this: is that it's the hater it's the man. Remember how they used to? The man is who is the man?
Which man?
Which man? Is haters do this? Like, who is hating on you on social media? Let me tell you about what social media. Social media is an algorithm that basically follows your behaviors. So if all you see is negativity,
right, that's what you're clicking on.
That's what you're clicking on.
Yep.
This is what I'm gonna tell you to do to help you. To help preserve your hairline and your skin. Be more positive, drink some damn Alcavita alkaline water, and stay moisturized. And don't let these skeezers bother you so much. That's how you keep your hairline regenerated. Not the LeBron James way, where you got to put fake stuff in there. But if you're sitting here wondering about all it is, dude, because it's really your imagination. It's really I promise you. Because there's only a couple guys that anybody, if somebody's telling you that Fabio cat is the next greatest safety,
Andrew Wingard,
then bro, I question who you follow.
Right.
Block that person.
Right.
Don't mute them, block them.
Right.
Because they're a terrorist. James Robinson is the one who consistently everybody's saying is good.
Yep.
We can as a family say we watch this, and that's good.
Give him a raise now.
He's got more touchdowns in 4 games than we got the rushing touchdowns than I think we had all season from the running back position. He's got 3.
Is that right?
I think he's got 3 already. He had 2.
If they announce tomorrow they've signed James Robinson to an extension, I wouldn't be mad about it.
LaVisca shows flashes, but I don't hear anybody saying LaVisca's the next Jimmy Smith. We're just saying that he's explosive, and if you couldn't watch that, if you see football and you think he's a duck, and I'd have to respectfully disagree with you.
Right.
Because I can at least see the flashes. Trying to CJ put T.Y. Hilton. Well, now it doesn't look, now having T.Y. on my fantasy team, basically it's looking like T.Y.'s having a bad season. But at that point, T.Y. Hilton was considered one of the foremost wide receivers that was coming into this.
CJ's done some good things. Yeah, he really had one bad game.
So nobody's really bragged about Clavon except for the potential, which again, if you listen to our show, we've told you what potential.
I just got done putting Josh Allen on blast. So I mean, we don't need.
I don't like I said. I don't just relax, man. Have a Coke and a smile and enjoy it.
A bunch of people,
excuse me, have some Alcavita and smile and enjoy it.
A bunch of people hating on Jags ownership.
Fair.
Yep. I can go with you there.
But I'm gonna tell you this: that ain't changing. That's the thing that sucks, though. Like all we can do is hope.
Mm.
He ain't selling the team.
No. I'll get back to the one that just came in because I want to get back to this other one. A lot of people hating on Todd Wash.
Fair.
Yes.
That thing that you had, that thing is really. I've been trying to focus and be professional, but on the inside, I've been giggling, man.
What?
The Toy Story.
Oh,
so Todd Wash. It's like there's a thing where the Toy Story 3, I think, right? Or was it
I don't
4?
know.
Whatever. The last Toy Story, the little spoon thing, Spork, is talking to Woody. He says, "I know what you are. You're like me. You're trash." He said that's Todd Wash talking to the defense.
We got a Knowles offensive line 8 o'clock. We'll get to that
We'll
tomorrow
get that
night.
tomorrow, baby.
Yep. What? Josh Allen sucked for 2 years before this year. Maybe they're. Oh, okay, fair. You're talking about the Buffalo Josh.
Trash
Allen.
Josh.
Yeah.
Who's
I think sucked is a strong word.
His rookie year wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't great.
Last year wasn't.
But
Was
boy, is he
improved.
balling this year.
This year, oof.
226, Denny and James, I think we're going to be lucky to win another game. Hate to say that, but I think it's the way this is going to be.
I'm with you. Take that mindset because what happens is that's my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Have no expectations. But it's difficult to be that bad in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They are as bad as they are. No, that's why it's only been one team that's gone defeated.
Yeah, they're going to win a couple. You know what? Wait, I'm going to cut this off for a second because I remember my 8 o'clock. When people quote analytics.
Like Pro Football Focus?
No, like the 2-point conversion play when you're down 14.
Oh, yeah.
And then Doug was asked about it after the game. He quotes analytics. And there's something that I need people to understand about this analytics stuff in football. Do we have the Minshew sound or not the Minshew, the Doug Marrone sound on that? I don't think we do. He talks about the analytics are, well, we score, we're down by 14, we score. Now we're down by 8. If we make that 2-point conversion, then the next, time we put more pressure on them, then it gives us a better chance to win the game. There's a key thing there, and it's if we make it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like analytics go out the window when you're not a very good football team. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you this, Doug, and y'all should be getting off the plane soon, so I hope you're listening because I want you to hear this. Your analytics are different than the Seattle Seahawks analytics. I know the numbers are the numbers, but you got to listen to me and you got to understand this in a bigger picture to understand analytics. You don't have Russell Wilson. You don't have Chris Carson. You don't have all these guys. You don't have a defense that's going to get a stop the next time.
Right.
You don't have any of that stuff. You have to play a different way than what the good teams' analytics tell you that they can play by. That analytics only works if when you line the ball up on that 3-yard line, you get it more often than you don't. And you don't get it more often. Doug, for you, it's a 25% chance you're going to pick that up. For them, it's a 51% chance.
Analytics is what Belichick did when he went for it on 4th down a few times. Remember a couple years ago? And the analytics were you'll be in just as good a position if you punt it. But you also haven't seen Bill Belichick do that consistently. Again, this is the theory and practice of football stuff that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense. Sometimes you have to use common sense. And in that situation, actually, common sense and your ability to call plays. Not saying Jay Gruden isn't much improved. But remember last year when you could have easily tied a game and forget the analytics, the momentum suggested that you had it.
Yep.
You scored, you kicked the extra point, you probably go into overtime, you have a chance to win. But you go for 2, and if you would have got it, you would have been a hero. But you lost the game. And you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you have to put yourself in between momentum and analytics in the best position to win. and you've been down, you've been playing down, go ahead and make it to where it's simple. It's 7, like, and if you feel like going for 2 on the second go around, that's what you do. But again, you're actually even with that, you're going analytics, but again, common sense on that drive. And I saw people tell me that too. You're not even using good clock management.
Mm-hmm.
You're instead of deading the ball, like or spiking the ball, you're literally wasting 12 seconds.
Well, if you're going to go
to run a
full
play.
analytics, you should have kicked a field goal when you got on the 35-yard line.
Exactly. You should have just went on ahead. Like, again,
you're using analytics as an excuse for a crappy play call.
It was a boneheaded call.
Like, you always, you just don't chase points. That's beyond analytics. That's a fact. Now, if you would have had this dope 2-point play that you've been working on, that you scouted Cincinnati on and went, man, there's no way they can cover this, and you'd have brought that out, we'd all have been like, cool. But you didn't. You threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage.
And it wasn't even to where your guy had separation.
No.
It was an easy throw, and you know that he's going to get tackled unless it's a great effort.
We have a ton of people giving their thoughts on Gardner Minshew and should the Jags draft a quarterback or not. You want to get to that?
Yeah, we can get that on the other side.
All right. Let's get to that. I want to read y'all's thoughts, and I've got a couple thoughts on y'all's thoughts. We'll do that coming up next.
It's fun when you got a fish on the run. The Moe's Southwest Grill Fishing Forecast with Captain Kevin, Thursday nights at 8. Brought to you by Ring Power, Fisherman's Dock Seafood Market, and Tire Outlet on 1010XL AM.
I drink a ton of water. Matter of fact, every day I get about 1.5 gallons. I just switched it up, and I got Alkavita alkaline water. Alkavita alkaline water is just better. It tastes refreshing. It's more hydrating. It definitely helps my insides, my gut health, all these different things that you're trying to be healthier in 2020 and become more resilient. You got to make sure you make that switch to Alkavita alkaline water. It's high in alkalinity, which helps, again, make your body a little bit more durable. Come check them out. One Bridge in the Regency Square Mall, 1017. They're having a pop-up, or go see them around the city, or go to alkavita.life. That's the website, alkavita.life, Alkavita alkaline water.
Sometimes you don't realize how much something's bothering you until it's gone, and you breathe a big sigh of relief. That's exactly how you're going to feel after the team at 1-800-GOT-JUNK works their magic at your house. They just make you feel happier in your home. Cleaner, stronger, more relaxed, like you just stepped out of a nice hot shower. Make your home a happy home by calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. They make the junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Seriously, imagine how much better you'll feel when all that junk is gone. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com. They make junk disappear.
MyPillow. Man, MyPillow. Seems like lots of folks are getting a MyPillow. I got one, and I'm telling you what, it's amazing. So I want you to have one too, free. Use promo code 1010XL for buy one, get one free. Go to mypillow.com and use promo code 1010XL.
If you're a business owner, property manager, or run a restaurant or hotel, are you tired of your garbage company raising their prices with hidden fees? What if you could add to your bottom line and declare your freedom with the exclusive fixed price guarantee at Freedom Waste Management, a family-owned, locally based waste management company? Visit freedomwastemgt.com to talk to an expert. Lock in your fixed price guarantee, premium service, and competitive pricing. That's Freedom Waste Management.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as the Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the 4th-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to roll and lock bed covers to trailer hitches and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality counts at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
Jaguars fans, let's tackle social injustice together on game days with Selfies for Change. Visit TIAABank.com/selfies for change to take a virtual selfie with a Jaguars player and unlock a $5 donation to the Jaguars Foundation to help fight social injustice. Share your photo on Instagram or Twitter using hashtag Selfies for Change so more fans can be part of the movement. Join us on game days at TIAABank.com/selfies for change. TIAA Bank is the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters. Getting outside on the water in the Florida sun may be the best medicine of all. At Black Creek, we specialize in getting you out on the water on kayaks and paddleboards. 2 things we offer: free delivery in the area and 12 months no interest financing. Call us up at 904-645-7003 and we can get your new kayak or paddleboard out to you today so you can get on the water tomorrow. Black Creek Outfitters, locally owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
All is here, and golf has never been more popular. If you're looking to get outside and learn a fun and safe game, call Hidden Hills Golf Club, and our PGA staff will get you started right. Contact us at 620-0910 or visit HiddenHillsGC.com.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys and keyless entry remotes, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the hassles. For honest professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Looking to upgrade your old wardrobe? Let Mariano's Custom Tailor on Beach Boulevard custom make suits and shirts for you. We also do alterations. Come to our store or we'll come to you. Mariano's Custom Tailor, the local expert at making you look great.
Like working outdoors and want better pay and benefits? Superior Fence and Rail is seeking full-time fence installers with pay ranging from $16 to $25 an hour and more with commercial experience. Superior Fence and Rail will train you to work with their professional team and provide you with all the tools you need to be a top-notch installer. Get off the fence. Call Superior Fence and Rail today and start your career.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. We can take your company logo and put it on anything, from signage to face masks to shirts to windbreakers. Call us today.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
It is the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com, coming to you from the Quick Draw Rapid Testing Studios. Make sure you get to thehumidor.com. Order our cigars from there. Type in Sports Den, all lowercase, all one word. You'll get 20% off. Huge selection of cigars, already low prices. And then we're going to hook you up with that 20 as well. Get to thehumidor.com whenever you need cigars.
It makes losses a lot better.
Cigars do?
Yeah.
755 says Todd Wash is the Taven Bryan of coaching.
Ooh, nice. See, people can visualize that.
Right. 993 says Visca is like Percy Harvin.
Okay.
How you spell Alcavita? 631 wants to know.
Alkavita.
It's Alka?
Yeah, Alka.
Okay. Vita. There you go.
Actually,
Analytics.
my draw might have been like Vita. It's Vita.
716 says analytics states that you will score more points over time by going for 2 instead of kicking the extra point. But you have to go for 2 every time, including in the first quarter or even when you have comfortable league or garbage time, etc. Denny is right. Analytics does not take situational football into account. Correct. 716. Everything about that. You have to be able to get 51% of your 2-point conversions over a long period of time for it to make sense. And if you are incapable of getting 51%, then it makes 0 sense whatsoever. Assuming you kick 100% of your extra points.
Basically, statistics basically says that you have a better chance of winning the lottery than you do of making it to the NFL. That does not mean you go play the lottery every day.
instead of going to work
instead
out.
of going to work
Right.
out or go to work. So I
Right.
mean, it's amazing when people want to use analytics as an excuse, but whatever.
We have a lot of people on the text line that disagree with us on the route of the draft. I'm trying to find where we've had a ton of texts, so I'm trying to give me a second while I try to
Appreciate the
find.
text too, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Basically what they're saying, most of them are saying, look, if you can get Trevor Lawrence or you can get Justin Fields, you get them. Regardless of how Gardner plays. I'm not saying those people are wrong.
Right.
At all. There was one texter, and I can't find it in here now, that said they're not going to pick high enough to get those two, and he's probably right. There's some really bad football teams in the NFL this year. But they are going to pick high enough to get Trey Lance, and he says, you go get Trey Lance.
JJ. Is that JJ? Is JJ texting in?
I don't want this to be a Trey Lance segment where everybody goes, Denny hates Trey Lance, because I don't. Like, I haven't seen it. But I am not going to use the banner draft that we have as an organization, the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you have multiple picks and multiple rounds, to go take a flyer on Trey Lance when I can go get all the guys we named earlier. Trey Lance did play his one game yesterday against Central Arkansas. Did you see this?
No, I didn't.
He had 143 yards on 15 carries and 2 touchdowns.
What did his arm do?
He was 15 of 30 for 149 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Ugh.
This was not against Alabama.
But you know what, though? I'm not going to judge them.
And it's their only game, by the way.
Because I could say this, but we saw Trash Josh look awful with his stats and come in and do what it do.
There's no way you would suggest at the time that you would use
I definitely did not want. I did not want Trash Josh.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Trey Lance may end up being an amazing quarterback in the NFL level. And, I mean, this was the first game he's played. It's the only game he's going to play this year. So I'm not going to judge him on this game either. Just my point is, I just don't think that would be the right move. I can go with you guys, especially when you talk about Trevor. I think Trevor Lawrence is a more surefire prospect than Justin Fields is, although I think Justin Fields is a good prospect. So I can go with y'all on Trevor. I can't go with you on Trey Lance. Like, if you're going to tell me, can I have Gardner Minshew and all these weapons around him, or can I have Trey Lance and maybe not all the guys that we could have gotten in that draft? I'm going to take Gardner Minshew every time. I can see your point, and I am right on the tipping point with Trevor, but not Trey Lance.
Yeah, If you feel like you got enough picks, and you can package your 2 first rounders and your 2 and 1 of your second rounders. I think we got 2 second rounds now too, right? God bless. Go ahead and make it happen. But I'm not drafting any other quarterback in the first round. That's not those 2 guys.
Agreed. I'm trying to see,
because there's just so many. If the people on the text line believe that that's why we lost the last 2 games or 3 games, we're 1-4. We're 1-3, right?
Right.
Yeah. If we lost the last 3 games because of quarterback play, then I see your position. I just don't believe that's why we lost the games. I believe there was a myriad of reasons and weaknesses that the Jags have that need to be truly addressed in the offseason in an intelligent manner. A, by making sure you retain the talent that you believe you're going to build with here in the future. And B, through free agency, through whoever's available. C, obviously, the draft. But I think quarterback would not be one of those things that would make the Jaguars a playoff contender. Would have made the Jaguars a playoff contender this year.
Agreed. Dalton Miller, who I have no idea who that is, but he's with ProFootballNetwork.com. He was the first thing that came up when I typed in mock draft. He's got the Jags picking number 10. He's got him taking Trey Lance. He says, sprint to the podium, Jacksonville, in all caps. I love Gardner Minshew. He was endlessly entertaining in Mobile at the Reese's Senior Bowl, and his bubbly personality is infectious. But from a talent perspective, his career arc should probably look like that of his bearded nemesis, Ryan Fitzpatrick. He can give you some juice as a spot starter and backup, but building your football team around him is a bad business decision. Says Trey Lance is also in the athletic mold of the modern quarterback. His arm is more naturally gifted than Fields is.
You said, what's this guy's name?
Miller. Dalton Miller. Dalton B. Miller on Twitter.
Oh. Thank you for your service, sir.
Don't know anything.
He's an Army vet. He has a website, Blue Chip Scouting.
You know who I forgot about? Rondell Moore, the receiver from Purdue.
That's the guy who opted out. The boy, the Florida boy.
Yeah.
That was a little undersized, but killed it up there. 4-star, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Dalton.
You don't like Dalton?
Yeah, that is perspective. I don't. If we're talking about military moves, I got him. I'll listen to him. Right now, just because I'm not feeling that one. Give me something better than that. Not Trey Lance.
With the he's got the Jags picking number 20 as well.
I can see that.
He's
right
got
now.
him taking Jalen Twyman, interior defensive lineman from Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, dadgummit, man. We sat here, not even, what was it, Thursday? And I said, I don't want to do draft talk. Was it Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
And what are we doing?
6'2", 291 pounds.
Oh.
Pitt got 4 that I wouldn't mind having.
Yeah, and here we are doing draft talk. Stinks. Hey, how about we do this? How about we go ahead and break?
10.5 sacks last year.
From interior, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How about we go ahead and break, and then we come back a little bit earlier than normal, so we've got like 5 or 6 minutes, and we do some Gardner Minshew sound.
I'm with it.
Sound like a plan? Gardner Minshew coming up next.
Newsmakers, playmakers, and insiders from around the NFL join Jaguars Today. Roof It Right. Hot Seat. Listen to Mike and Tony every day for the latest scoops from Jacksonville and beyond. Roof It Right. Roof It Right so you can sleep at night.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
Firefighters, paramedics, police officers. They take care of us, and at AMCO, we're proud to take care of them. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. As an essential business, we work on every kind of car repair with flexible financing and extra safety precautions. Essential, reliable, trusted. That's the men and women who are there for us, and it's our honor to be there for them. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia. AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care.
Hurricanes aren't the only weather-related danger here in the Sunshine State. Let Southern Oak Insurance show you how we can protect your home. Log on to find out more. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Maybe you've noticed your friends sharing photos of what looks like fried food, but they're bragging about how healthy they are. They're right. It's the latest in cooking innovation, and Lowe's has Samsung slide-in ranges with air fry to help you get in on the trend. Air fry uses little to no oil, giving you the taste of your favorite fried foods. Plus, the air fry tray is included, so you can start cooking from the get-go. Order yours today via our app, online, or in-store, and get free delivery. Bring home innovation this fall with Lowe's. Free local delivery applies to appliances $396 or more, U.S. only.
Jaguars fans, you could win big when you buy a ticket to the Jaguars 50-50 raffle presented by Duval Motor Group. Even if you can't make it on game day, you can buy your tickets from anywhere in the state for both home and away games at jaguars5050.com. As a bonus, tickets are buy one, get one prior to kickoff. One winner takes half the jackpot. The remaining half benefits the Jaguars Foundation's charitable programs. Visit jaguars5050.com today and buy your tickets now.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
I want my Woody's barbecue.
Now, if you want real barbecue, fall off the bone low and slow barbecue, then take it from me, head virus hater, high-flying Jack O'Brien. Woody's Barbecue is far and away the best tasting, most mouth-wateringest barbecue in the Deep South. Kick the virus to the curb today. I'll see you at Woody's.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them the solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Hey, does your car still only play CDs? No Bluetooth? No CarPlay? You've got an old car, my friend. You know what's better than an old car? A less old car. Get a car or truck that's new to you with a great used car loan from 1-to-1 Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. Get pre-approved for a loan and shop at any dealership in town. Get a low rate and get rid of that old car today. Apply online at 1to1fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you owe the IRS and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for affordable IRS tax representation. J. David Tax Law can stop any IRS collection action and protect you from financial devastation. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Start off this football season with $50 off a set of Yokohama tires. Mike Dempsey here for Tire Outlet. Tire Outlet has 12 locations all over Northeast Florida and literally wholesale prices to the public and full automotive repair. It's your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. But right now, for $50 off a set of Yokohama tires, go to tireoutlet.com/offers.
Wholesale prices, premium service. Tire Outlet.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get their ones and trying to get them ends.
1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
I want to get to a little bit of this Gardner Minshew sound as we wrap up the Sports Den post-game show. So let's get right to it. Gardner was asked after the game today if offense has to score every drive to be successful.
It's one of those things that, we set out every drive to go score 7 points. We fall short sometimes. We get it sometimes. No matter what, I think we just got to take it one play at a time, one drive at a time mentality. And that's our best recipe for success.
I mean, yeah. He should have said, yeah. Apparently we do. Have y'all seen our defense? Let's see. Minshew on game plan on the final drive down 8.
Yeah, we just knew we'd have to, go try to put some points on the board to give ourselves a chance. We're going to try to, hit a big play, try to get in the end zone. But at that point, coach made the call as the right call to kick the field goal, try to get the onside, and have a chance at the Hail Mary once the clock got down that low.
I do want to get to this because I haven't heard the full exchange. I want to get to the Minshew. Who is this? Gene Fournette? Is that who it was?
Ooh.
I want to get to this. Let's do the full 23-second one. The Minshew clip 7.
Yep. I go to throw the ball. As it leaves my hand, it flies through the air.
Hold on. Back up.
Do we have the voice of the
back
question?
up. Was that the full one? Because the question is, apparently, Gene asked about a specific incompletion or miss to James O'Shaughnessy and asked Minshew what happened on it. Now play it.
Yep. I go to throw the ball. As it leaves my hand, it flies through the air, and James didn't catch it. So that's, how it works sometimes.
Gardner, I'm talking about the throw where the pass fell like about 4 yards short of James.
I'm with you, Gene. I'm with you. I missed it.
Okay.
It's bad throw.
I mean, what was the significance of that throw, though? Do you remember it?
Nah, I don't. I don't know what Gene was trying to get at.
I do want to hear his take. I do want to hear Gardner's take on going for 2 and being aggressive.
Yeah, no, I love when Coach Marone puts his faith in us. We got to deliver for him. I think he has a lot of belief in us. We have a lot of belief in ourselves as well. We just got to cash in when we get those opportunities.
There's a question in here. I don't even want you to play it, but it's one of my pet peeves, and it's I guess somebody asked Minshew about the success in the 2-minute offense, but not on other possessions.
It's a completely different defense.
I know. It's just like, come on now.
You're trying to keep everything in front of you. You don't want to get beat deep.
It's just we can chalk that up to one of our segments.
Something I really try hard not to do is say people can't have an opinion because they didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are a lot of brilliant people who have been able to connect the dots about certain things, and you watch enough football, and obviously, like, there's guys like Belichick. I don't think Belichick ever played football, or was it? No, it was Charlie Weiss that had never played football, but was really good, really brilliant when he was able to explain it and coach. I don't even necessarily think you have to have been a great to be able to. Most greats don't know anything. Like, there's the joke about Brett Favre having to be taught about the nickel defense by the backup. He had to ask him about that. But I do think that at a certain point, we have to continue to whisk guys who are able to do both very well, who have played, are eloquent enough to be able to speak their mind and be able to at least educate guys on like some of the questions and the timing, if for nothing else, to understand the mentality of what a guy has to be in, like right after a game, to ask them some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. After
a loss, like, it's just really bad timing. It's really in poor taste, and sometimes it makes you sound stupid. Like, how many times do you have to watch a 2-minute offense, obviously, to understand that the offense is more aggressive, and to also understand that the defense has to be less aggressive so they don't get beat, so they don't give up the big play.
Especially when the 2-minute offense that you just witnessed attack the middle of the field the whole time and let the clock run. Like, the whole point of a 2-minute defense is to keep them away from the sideline.
Right. And you want to get off the field. Either get off the field in 4 or kill the clock.
Yeah,
or drain the clock. That's what you want to do.
I mean, should we hear Gardner's answer to it?
Yeah, hopefully it was sarcastic.
Minshew on success in 2-minute offense, but not other possessions. Clip 6.
We feel really good about our 2-minute offense. We're doing some good things. Guys are catching the ball, making plays. We just got to bring more consistency, I think, is a big thing. We have the capability to go do that every drive. We just have to find the consistency, the focus to be able to do that more often.
Here's the other thing about that. You can't run up-tempo offense in the NFL. We've seen it fail. We've seen it fail. See Chip Kelly.
It's such a long game, man. Like, you've only got 53 people dressed out. Like,
you have to practice that.
Yeah, that would be tough. That'd be tough. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8:00. We'll get into the college weekend that was. I'm sure we'll circle back around to some Jag stuff as well, but so much to get into with college football. We'll do that tomorrow night. In the meantime, get to ABC, Fine Wine and Spirits, get you a good drink. We're a better show if you're drinking. That is a fact. Denny Thompson, James Coleman, RJ Saunders. You going to be here tomorrow night?
Doing your guys' show?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. So we'll have JJ back tomorrow night. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great evening.